Hey guys, welcome to another Greedon video where today we are going to be doing something like we did for last set where we're going to be doing day one Greedon standard deck profile. Now, unfortunately, unlike last time, I don't have any cool friends that wanted to follow my retweets or anything, so we're just going to be looking at my list, but I mean, there's some more time to talk about how the pieces work and see the deck in action a little bit with some test hands. So let's go ahead and dive right in with camera number 2. Gonna have to bust out an appropriate map for this one. So it's gonna start off pretty simple. Our ride line's literally the basic ride line. You guys watched my road recap video, link in the wherever, you know that I was trying out a tech of the Bruce grade 1 for grade 1. I do still highly recommend that, but this is just, we're SP mode. I have to run all the SPs. Draws when you ride over them. Shadow clones when you ride over them. Is Greedon. You guys know what it does. That's a starter. Let's look at actual cards. So obviously this deck needs to have Greedon installed at all points in time, so we do run 3 Greedons. You mulligan for the Greedon at all points in time. You guys have known by now, I don't know why you're this far into my Greedon videos, but basically he restands and gives you an extra life. Looking at some of our new friends, we're doing what I call the last combo, because it's an O's reference, and because at least one of them is topical. I mean, we have an actual lion, I guess they could be tiger stripes on the bunny, or the bunny's fast like a cheetah. Wings make you fast. I don't know, shut up is the closest thing I could find. They're all mammals, it makes you go fast. It's a nose reference, just pretend like they're all cats. Do this in order. So basically, Kitty Cat is a once per turn effect that lets you counterblast one and discard a card to superior card from Soul. This is great. That's basically a once per turn Muka that has a cheaper cost. The discard to get a card back is pretty much trading the exact same units, but I mean, because you get specific pieces out of Soul to reuse and suck up. So this is really cool with a diverse card. Might cut down to 2 for other techs. That's kind of up to you, but I do like him a lot from just the little bit of testing I've done so far. Moving to the shiny cards you should know about. You got Eevee and a Bunny Rabbit. On call from hand, let's use superior call top card from deck. It dies at end of turn. When it goes to Soul, you get to superior call a card from your hand. You can draw a card off it, I guess, but you have to have that 10 Soul, which you're not always going to do. But this is basically your superior call engine, plus our old friend Muka. By the way, we still run Muka, there he is. It's basically your superior call engine that lets you repopulate the board every turn, and thanks to Bunny Rabbit, you do have the ability to have at least 3 to 4 attacks a turn. If not more, it is combo based. Unfortunately, all 3 of these cards do cost a counter blast, which you'll see is a running theme of this deck that has no counter charger. Weakness number 1, we'll talk about strengths and weaknesses at the end. But you do need a lot of counter blast, unfortunately. Of course, I already pointed that out. We got 3 Mukas in here still. Not as necessary as it used to be, but I mean, it's still nice to have that on-call counter blast 1, Soul Blast 2, grab a card from Soul to repopulate board. It does combo very well with the Bunny Rabbit because then you can call it out hand mid-battle phase, give yourself an extra column, give yourself 2 attackers to hit a front trigger or something like that. It does help you out a lot, but like I said, I just don't like the cost. Like, the Soul Blast 2 is huge at Greedon, because you do want pieces in Soul like Greedon or this guy. The Limit Break, +5 to Vanguard, you know what he does by now. He's cool, I like him. He has really cool art. Like, this is my favorite art of the demons so far. It's perfect cards, I don't need to explain them. The only thing I need to explain is that I only have 1 SP and my only other 3 are foil. I need to pimp them out. It's like one of the only things without max rarity. And for grade 1s, we do have 2 of the card on the mat. You may ask, Jared, why aren't you running full playsets? It's because this is day 1 build and I only own 2 currently. So I had to subsidize them, and we're still running my good boy Gungaram. What Swirler does, if you didn't catch my last video, but jing up there, basically, on-play Soul Charge 1 just like Gungaram, but unlike his ability to Soul Blast 3 and draw you a card, this is just like during the Thruster, so every time a card goes to Soul, he gets +5. Obviously, Greedon makes you suck up 4 cards to restand, so if you keep him out as your main attacker, it's going to be a +20 off that alone, make him a 28k. If you play him that turn, 33, plus you give him trigger buffs. This is your big boy beat-me boy. Probably the one card you're going to be defending the most. And of course, Gungaran, like I said, kind of replacement, but I kind of want to run 1 or 2 of them still. Like, it's still good to have that option to Soul Blast 3 and draw a card, just refill your resources. And it's the Gear Chronicle looking card, of course, I have to run it. Then my final non-trigger is 1 extra copy of the grade 1 from the Ride deck. If you guys remember, I didn't like him previously because you never really have more than 1 extra attack per turn after he does the Baldor thing. But because you are able to do wave attacks now, thanks to Bunny and Male Battle Phase Muka actually playing a Brainwash Roller, stuff like that, so you do have the opportunity to get more than one hit off of him, and that Battledore skill can be huge in the long run when they're already guarding your Vanguard every single time. So not bad, we are running 2 of these, kind of because we just need one more slot, but also because it's not a bad card now. Like, honestly, you do want to run these guys now, it's not bad. Finally, triggers, this hasn't changed much. We still have the only over trigger that matters, because restanding Vanguard with crits is good. Crits is good. Crits is good. You could run the special crit if you want. It doesn't matter, honestly. You're never gonna feel this, so it doesn't matter. What you do on this special card is brand new, is new little trigger. I got 1 SP, I need some more of them. I'm doing 3 right now, so I can do the 3 draw 8 crit build. You could switch that around a little bit to your liking. Once again, in this version of Greedon, you are very much able to continuously pop units onto the board, so I don't think the draw triggers are that important. But if you aren't seeing pieces, feel free to up that. That's all I can really say about it. This is still Dark State, you're still slow charging line, you're still decking yourself very fast. We run heal triggers. That's the card that I was holding in my hand. Alright, so let's go ahead and explain some combos real quick, and I'll do a test hand or 2. Let's pull out some demons. I'm gonna put random cards in my soul. Just gonna put a stack of cards in my soul. That's probably right. Alright, so let's say this is randomly your board. We have Greedon out, and you've got a kitty cat. So you want to activate him. Counterblast 1, discard a card from hand. It doesn't really matter. I just have random cards in my hand. I'm gonna discard that too. And then you grab your card asshole. It's already repopulating the board. Just grab it, literally doesn't matter. Oh hey, it's a swirler. I grabbed a random stack, that doesn't matter. But it actually helps show off another combo. So, did that, called swirler. Swirler's effect will activate then to get a soul charge. Let's go ahead, mark that somehow. Where's some dice? Adding Jared, just mark the soul charge count on him. So that's one Spirit Call. Another way Spirit Call is by using that. So you go ahead and Counter Blast for him. Calls top card of deck. Boom, there you go. Oh, it's another one, doesn't matter, it's only from hand. But there you can see from having just these 2 cards played, we already have the 4 played for Greedon. However, let's go ahead and up that a little bit. There's a bunny rabbit for later. Right, so go ahead and do your attack. Meow meow meow. Twin drive, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh no, those 2 things. Actually, that's really good there. And then we go ahead and devour the board. In this case, we do want to keep Swirler out because we did random call that. So let's go yum, yum, yum. Of course, Soul Blast 2. But yum, 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 yum. And on the Soul Charge, that's going to activate the bunny. So go ahead and Counter Blast for that. Let's just call 1 card from hands. So we'll call one of these guys that we just drove check. And oh hey, Muka has on place ability, so let's go ahead and use that. Counter Blast. Soul Blast 2. Calling 1 card out of Soul. Doesn't really matter too much, let's get the bunny because it makes a column. Not to mention that's another 4 soul charge for him to pump him up. Now suddenly, your Greedon that you just fed that normally would have been 2 attack turn and that's it, now is giving you 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks in that turn. Then we swing again. Nothing, don't worry about it, it's fine. That's an 18, and that's a nice big 33. So that's one way you can do it. Another cool thing. Example number 2. Just don't worry about this field, doesn't matter. This part matters. Let's go ahead and attack with Greedon. Boom. Drive check. Drive check. I don't know how to check drive triggers, don't worry about it. Here we go. Yum, 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 yum. Soul Blasting cards, whatever, doesn't matter. But these are going to go in. We activate both bunnies. So we Counter Blast 1 at a time. Call card number 1. And this is super important to have the Muka here for this part combo. Okay, as we go. Meow. Soul Blast some stuff or whatever. Bunny comes back. Do it again. Meow. Soul Blast some cards. Bunny comes back. Cost for that or whatever. And suddenly, not only do you have another 2 rows that I could attack completely, so you have 4 attacks once again, But, drive check. Yum. Yum. I don't know how to trigger, don't worry about it. Do the skill again. Whee! Yum, 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 yum. We didn't get to use bunnies this time. But guess what? I just did twice in one turn. That's right, boys. We attack with Vanguard 3 times a turn now. So that's the gist of Lata Greedon. You can extend the combos even further with more bunnies or counterblast to get up to 5 attacks per turn, but there lies one of the deck's main weaknesses. Greedon likes to counterblast for support effects a lot. And unfortunately, the one generic countercharge in Dark States is very counterproductive for the fact that your deck likes to devour standing rear guards, as it's a card that goes in the soul after it attacks. However, that's also kind of a strength of the deck if you think about it, because like if your opponent sees your combos, they're going to go ahead and try and counterblast deny you, which means that once you start sucking up your units, you can just leave Greedon out on the board. Your opponent might not attack you, because even though you have 7 life and you're more than likely won't be guarding early game, if they do want to counterblast and deny you, how do you do that? You just pass turn, which means you do absolutely nothing, which means you're losing no guard, which means you can freely just commit cards to board to suck them up for Greedon, rinse, and repeat. So really it's like double-edged sword. You do want to counterblast and deny this deck, but at the same time you don't, because the more resources you give them, the more cool stuff you can do. But the more resources you deny them, the more easily you can do your restand without committing anything at all. Some other options for the deck are to do kind of the power hungry build, kind of similar to what I did in set 3, using cards like Crimson Expeller and the Dog Yaiba, cards that say do X thing and make your Vanguard get a lot larger. I know you do have more options for that as well in this set. Those are just the first ones that come to mind, and Crimson Expeller is really good for gatekeeping Peace and Soul. Absolutely pick this up if you're playing this deck. The good thing about that is this is obviously a restand deck, so the more you can devote to your Vanguard, the more it becomes Dimension Police, where every single attack is PG or GG, especially with the Rover Trigger. Especially when the Rover Trigger says every attack swings double crit minimum. Or, of course, you could lean back on the whole gear engine, where, especially now that you do have stuff like the Lion, like Metsu, that you have the ability to cycle things out of Soul and like place Lion pieces in Soul, so doing more of is place more cards that let you Soul charge random things, or let you kind of manipulate what's going into the Soul, like Time Turret Dragon, or even Gametsu now, like I said. Gives you more of that kind of consistent engine where your pieces actually matter, but you could toolbox them in and out. However, I think that like in general, if you're going for the main point of this deck, which is obviously restand your Greedon, all glory to the Mafia Boss and all that fun stuff, probably the best thing to do, at least with my day one thoughts, once again it's a day one video, is just to use all your superior ride options, kind of like this Lata engine that I'm using. As always, feel free to roast me down below, even if you're Danny Dang. I mean, bring it, boy. If you guys want to be featured in a future Greedon deck video, feel free to tweet your list at me using hashtag #GreedForGreedon. I know we didn't get a for this day one deck vid, but it was kind of fun doing it last time. So if you guys do have your own list and want to be featured in a future kind of analyst video, make sure you tweet this out at me, or even comment down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I know I didn't shout out my sponsors today, because if you didn't see it in the beginning, I have new intro videos all in there. Raise Energy, TCG Player. I just did it. I didn't say the things about it. I said them right there. Catch you guys in the next one, and always embrace the infinite.